Hi guys, what's up? Hellaflush here with a video on how to stance, basics of stancing, you know, hellaflush. Basically what you're going to need to stance, how to stance, you know, different ways to stance, you know, different styles. So basically, first thing is offset. Your offset is basically the difference between the spokes and the lip. This thing here, I guess this is the lip, this is the edge of the rim. The lip is extended, well not really, I mean I guess the spokes are pushed back on RC drift tyres to give your wheel, you know, for your wheel to stick out a little bit more. So when you do that, you're going to need to put more camber, or else your wheels aren't exactly going to match up. When you do this, you need to check how much the camber rod you have fitted to your car can go up to, because I almost bought an over offset, I guess I'm going to say that, over offset piece of wheels, and you know, I'm glad I didn't, because these only just fit a maximum settings. And basically I'm going to call it a camber rod, don't know what it's called, but it's what I'm going to call it. So basically I guess I'm going to call it camber rod, yeah, so camber rod I'm going to call it. Basically just fits here right by the wheel, just tucks in, clips in nice and easy. Basically all you have to do is you can sort it out while it's on there, you don't have to take it off, but I don't have the little thing to fit it and, you know, screw it up. So basically, all you have to do is, that'll focus, you have to twist it. I'm not going to twist it because I've just sorted all this out. You have to twist it tighter and tighter and tighter, and that'll give it more camber. So what will happen is the wheel will get tucked in like that, and then, you know, camber. So the second step is basically getting the edge of your arch right here, lining up perfectly to the, you know, at the outer edge of the tyre. So when you got offset wheels, what I was on about before is if you have too much offset, you're going to stick out like that and it's not exactly aligned. If I can just sort this out so you can see it. It's not exactly aligned like that, but when you pop on the camber, I know it's a little bit dodgy, but when you pop on the camber, you know, that's more aligned to the lip. You don't want that much camber when you're doing it anyway, but it's aligned more up to the lip because, you know, got so much offset, you're going to need a lot of camber for that, so you've got to be careful when you're picking your stuff. Basically, you know, when it comes to just getting your wheels all aligned, you know, getting the right wheels for the job, you can do measurements, but what I've done, I've just guessed it, and I've kind of got lucky. Basically what I've done is, I've got 3mm offset on the front, 6 on the back, because at the back I've got a wide arch kit, so it sticks out a little more. So, fits on like that, really nice. There's a couple of problems when it comes to fitting on your wheel. Sometimes you can have toe angle. What that does is it's straight line stability, and that twists your wheel like that, so permanently. So you could be drifting with a wheel slightly like that and not perfectly straight, and that is really bad. And what that could do to your stance is, see, I've got it on my car and I'm really struggling to fix it. Basically what it'll do is, if I bring this closer, it'll line up perfectly, but the problem is, because it's got the toe camber, I keep on saying toe camber, toe angle, it'll line up great, but what will happen is, because it's got that toe on, it'll be slightly off and it won't line up with the edge of the lip like that. It'll kind of line up with it like that, so it lines up with the wrong part of the edge. What you want it to do, you want it to line up with the top of it as well as you can, so no toe angle, especially if it's a drift car, because, you know, most of the time you're going sideways, so I don't really think that matters. I mean, it's just a fact of, if it isn't working for you and it is rubbing, you just sand it down or just, you know, cut it off. But there's also a problem with your body shell. See, I've done something a little bit better, but a 350Z body shell, I think it's a great car. I absolutely love 350Zs. What it does is, I can't quite get it low enough. I can get it really low, but not for like static. I can't keep it static dropped like for drifting. And basically this just rubs off the floor, because, you know, it just drops down. It's fairly high at the back, got enough clearance at the front, but it just drags off the floor here, because at the moment, if I twist this, you can see it's staying up by the middle, nothing else is touching it. So what you're going to want to do is when you're cutting it, you've got to be really careful how you want it. And there's also another problem with this. When it's got, I've made a bad mistake with this. It's got the plastic cover on. Make sure you are 100% done cutting once you're about to take it off, because I had to do that without the plastic cover, and I was a little bit nervous. As you can see, just got a little crack there, so I've got to be careful every time I like mount it on. But other than that, car's fine, you know, absolutely perfect when it comes to the looks. I love 350Z, it's just my opinion. But when you're popping on the wheels, like I've just done there, done that a little mixed up. When you're popping on the wheels, make sure it is the right wheels, or else it is going to look a little dodgy. So basically what I was on about with the side here scraping off, is basically, if I just pick up the camera, basically it's the fact that it's just the way how it's built, just the way it's been cut. And it's you can't really see it that well because it's on glass, but it's actually right on there. It's scraping off the floor. The front bumper isn't so bad, but there's another thing to stance. It isn't all about alignment. Just another thing to get your car looking nice. What you're going to want to do is, I mean, I haven't done half these things yet, but you know, I'm going to keep the camera moving around. Stuff like exhaust tips. You know, I've got mine HPI racing exhaust. You know, you get the whole kit. Comes with an intercooler. Mine doesn't fit so well. It's just the way I've put it on that time. It does. Mine comes down like halfway. I actually like the way how it looks, but mine comes down like halfway, and I think it looks absolutely beautiful. What I was on about with the toe angle, said it right then, not toe camber. Great. What I was on about with that, as you can see, it pokes out. It's rubbing off here. If you look really carefully, yeah. Oh, I sound like a right idiot. Look really carefully, yeah. Anyway, if I rub my finger on there, that's like perfectly aligned. But when I actually look at it, it's actually tucked in the slightest little bit. And because the camber would have, if I would have left it alone, it would have like brought it out a little. It would have, you know, just actually rubbed off there, would have been perfectly aligned. But I've got a little bit of toe on there, which is a little bit messed up. This one seems fine, you know, I think it lines up fairly good. Like if I get some tyres and I can get that poking out, I reckon I could get that, you know, tyre and rim, just that little bit of, oh, how do I say it? This arch here, like separating it. I think that would look absolutely great on this car. Yeah, if you've noticed, that one's got a black bolt, that one's got a silver bolt. It's because I've lost the black bolts. So I've had to take one off. I've got this Tamiya monster truck. So I've just had to take that off, fit that on. But I don't really think you care about that. Another thing with getting your car looking really nice, just the fact of stickers. I've got some lights fitted, but there's the indicators at the back which have gone really, really bad. And these things on these nasty things here, what you want to do, you can get magnet ones. I guess it's magnet, kind of stick to the metal, but it's underneath. So these don't poke out, no need for drilling holes. But there's a little magnet in the exact place you need it, which will stay there. Underneath, not on top, of course, and then it just fixes on, stays exactly the same. But if you do have a crash, it probably will come off, not the strongest magnet. So yeah, you're gonna want to get rid of them. When you're cutting up your shell, see these vents here, nothing's cut. You don't want to go into too much detail or else you'll crack your shell. That'll be really bad. You seriously don't want that. And, you know, with your car, just sometimes it's just those little things. I know I've just said about, you know, just don't do that. But you can do if you want. It's just those little things that make the big difference. Like, I'm going to get a license plate fitted on it. If you're wondering what's in the background, I've been doing a little bit of woodwork. I've tried to get some replica, but, you know, I couldn't really find one. I've tried to make some sort of fuel style roof rack. Had to cut this and fit it. You know, cut it myself, fit it myself. if I move all this, I was going to fit a couple of work stickers. I was going to get a sticker on the rim because there's actually space for it. But basically, if I my old wheel, this, if you think you got the slightest bit of offset with these, you actually haven't, because 3mm, you can seriously see the lip. These you can't, these are 0, as I found out when I got some new ones. Basically, oh, spoiler, I'm not sure if I'd fit a spoiler. Maybe you could put in the comments if I should. I'm not really sure. Basically, I snapped it trying to fix all this, trying to sort all this out, because I moved my TV and it got caught and it snapped. It's a project. I haven't finished it yet. I don't really think it's going to work, but I'm trying to make a trailer. I'm going to get like a little, maybe I might start it, you know, get like a little RC motorbike, pop it on the back. You know, that would be great if I could, but I really don't think that's going to work, because you know, it's thin wood. But that aside, you know, stance, it's all about getting this, oh, can't really find, oh, here's a good one, this little bit of tyre here, this little edge of tyre, lined up perfectly with this arch. So that's about it. Just tell me in the comments, because I seriously want to know. Just real quick, should I fit a spoiler? Does it look alright on this? I was trying to go for the street style, you know, spoilerless and smooth, but I think the spoiler looks, you know, drift style. Anyway, that's about it pretty much. Tell me what you think in the comments if you want me to do more of these videos, like tune-ups and that. I know I haven't really done many videos, but if you want me to do more of these, tell me in the comments. Give it a thumbs up, you know, as you do. And that's about it from me.